Today is a wonderful evening, and I welcome you all to my show, Inspiring Vegan. And we have a very famous personality as a guest on our show, Mr. Shankar Narayan. Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
And before we start with many questions, I would like to introduce him. He does not need any introduction in the world of veganism, but still, for other viewers, I will introduce him. Mr. Shankar Narayan is a passionate vegan and vegans since past 21 years, and he is the founder member of the Satvik Vegan Society, also known as formerly also known as Indian Vegan Society, since 2004. He was a counselor and a regional coordinator of IU, a global federation of veg organization for India and Southwest Asia from 2006 to 2016, a long period of 10 years. And he lives in self-made forest called as Stita Prajana. Sir, am I right?
Yeah, Sthita Prajna.
It is situated in Karnataka.
Yes.
And he is a organizer of Satvik Vegan Festival every year. He is a board member of FSSAI, the 7-member task force which looks into guidance provisions of vegan food in the country, and presently on IVU Council to help organize 48 IU World Vegan Festival in India. I feel very pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you. It's my pleasure too.
First question I would like to ask you is what instinct or what inspired you to go vegan, to turn your mind towards veganism?
Okay, I'm a born vegetarian.
Okay.
When I quit milk and dairy products, I didn't know that my lifestyle is called vegan. I stopped it in 1989 when I read Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, The Story of My Experiments with Truth. I just quit dairy, but I didn't know other aspects of veganism. Later, because of internet, I got to know about vegan movement, and from 2001, June 1, I decided to go vegan, saying no more excuses, no more compromises. So I'll be vegan from today, and that was the day I decided to go vegan.
Is there any instinct or just on you by watching the videos on internet, your mind turned towards veganism?
I told Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, that after reading, I was admiring Gandhi's personality.
Okay.
I just didn't want to admire. I wanted to do whatever he used to do, but at present, we don't have any freedom struggle to participate.
Yes.
If I was born another 50 years earlier, I would have joined him in Indian freedom struggle, like my grandfather did.
Okay, sir.
Now there is no freedom struggle, so whatever minimum I could do, I have been practicing his values like ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, parigraha.
Okay.
And part of that, ahimsa, not consuming animal products, then and there.
When you turned vegan, how many resources were available to easily adopt veganism as compared to 2022?
Actually, to clarify, to be vegan, we don't need any alternatives or infrastructure.
Okay.
We have to learn that to be our natural self. But when I turned vegan, there were no alternatives in the market in India. There were nothing available. Of course, I never chased any alternatives. I went with original food products. But to state the fact, at that time there was no alternatives, not any literature, not any information in public domain. So that was a different world altogether. Last 10 years probably the changes have happened in more faster pace in India, probably after 2010.
Yes.
So now we have so many alternatives, possibilities for vegans. At that time there were not many. Not many means there was almost nil. We didn't have anything. One after another thing, another happened over the years.
Do you use refined oil and such kind of products in your diet, or you just stay on raw food? Because you living in forest, I think you might be using only natural food and raw food.
I consume as much as possible fruits and any other raw food which I can digest. But yeah, veganism is my baseline. But for all other things, I don't have any very rigid principle. Sometimes I compromise on oil. All those things are prohibited by nature, not by principle. I don't like to consume something which is harmful to my body and suffer. That is the main reason in not consuming oil or sugar or any other unhealthy product. As far as animal food is concerned, I don't want to be part of any cruelty to humans or animals.
I have seen you and your pics on social media. You traveling to many parts of India and promoting veganism. So you travel to many spiritual leaders, you travel to many national institutes, and you talk to many leaders of the countries. You visit many government officials, and mainly the green area of India, the leaders of India. So what kind of response you're getting after delivering lectures, after talking about veganism with them?
See, generally, I have seen in my 21, 22nd year of 22 years of vegan activism, people don't stay long because it is very stressful for people to promote veganism because we are dealing with so much difficult aspects. But with me, I have been continuing this because of certain principles I have adopted. One, I don't offend others. I am not aggressively talking to anyone. I have imbibed spiritual values. Therefore, my vegan society, also called Sattvic Vegan Society, Indian values. When I include Indian values in my my activism, it has been very, very good experience for me. Wherever I go, people respect this value. They
Yes,
may
sir.
be
They
exceptions
treat with
or
you
they may
grace.
not advocate this. Yes, they accept this principle as the ideal one. They may not be able to practice or promote. That is another matter. Therefore, wherever I go, I get a lot of respect, lot of love, a lot of acceptance by people. And yeah, the world will not change all of a sudden. It will take time. And when they are ready to accept this principle as a right thing, and change will happen. Wherever I go, people have given me a lot of love and respect. Therefore, I am able to continue my activities.
Hope that change is soon. One more question I would like to ask you is that have you done any outreach activities?
Yeah, a lot of activities have been conducting, though over the years the nature of activities might have changed.
Okay.
We used to go to schools, colleges, and make public awareness programs and attending exhibitions, leafleting, everything I had done. But at present, my health, my age, my limitations won't permit us that kind of activities. But still, I keep doing my activities in a different way. I keep traveling, meeting people, attending events, speaking in that, spreading this message to people. And yeah, though the changes may not happen immediately, these seeds are sowed and it will germinate over a period of time. That is the faith I have. Therefore, I keep doing my activities.
Sir, what do you think is online activism is more impactful than the outreach activities or vice versa?
Every activity has its own place and importance in our overall scheme of things. Yeah, we cannot judge which is more impactful, which is less impactful, depending upon one's capacity. Everyone does what one can do best. For everything, everyone has a place under the sun. We need to keep working. Result will come on its own. You don't have to work there, fixed agenda or fixed target. When you are passionate, when you are committed, when you keep working, result will come. That is what my mission and my way of functioning.
Okay.
Keep working, like in Bhagavad Gita, they say, Karmanyavari Karasti Ma Phaleshu Kadachana. Keep doing your duties and don't have to worry about results.
Yes, sir. That is very true because in my life also I have experienced that when I used to study, uh, I used to study for learning, not for the results, and I got wonderful results because I cleared GATE examination and GPAT examination in 1 year. So my experience is also that we should work selflessly without any expectation. So results will be very beautiful than what we could have expected.
Yes, that is our approach also. Work selflessly without any expectation of result.
Yes.
Then the result will naturally follow.
Okay. Sir, you founded this society, Sattvic Vegan Society. What does that word Sattvic add the meaning to the veganism?
Okay, this was started in it was 2004. After 10 years, I had some transition in me. There were several promptings for me to change the name from Indian Vegan Society to Sattvic Vegan Society. It's more spiritual. I have seen a lot of vegans, they follow this Ahimsa philosophy. Ahimsa philosophy is practicing veganism, but they are not very calm and peaceful, very disturbed, and they have a lot of personal issues. That is because they are not grounded in spiritual values. Spiritual movement, a lot of spiritual gurus are there, a lot of advancement, a lot of preachings happening, but they don't practice vegan principle. They preach ahimsa, but they don't practice many of them. I can say, but not necessarily all of them. Many of them don't practice ahimsa principle to the logical extent. Therefore, I expect, I request all vegans to be more spiritual and all spiritual people to be more coming towards veganism, practicing veganism. When this happens, spirituality and veganism is combined, result will be much better. So that is the idea of Sattvic veganism. Sattvic is spiritual, we can say.
Okay, that is great to hear. Spirituality empowering the veganism. I see, I am collecting videos from all over the world, people sharing their stories about veganism.
Okay.
What I have found is that
Mhm.
people who turned from non-vegetarian to vegan and people who turned vegetarian to vegan. It is very difficult for a vegetarian to become a vegan than the people who turned from non-vegetarian to vegan. So, can you tell me whether I'm correct or no?
My experience is different. I have seen everyone, vegetarian, vegans, sorry, vegetarians, non-vegetarians, everyone turning to be vegan. It is only the mind and they accept this principle. The non-violence to all beings is to be practiced, not just preached. They turn. It is individual strength actually. You will find it everywhere. That kind of strong individuals you see among non-vegetarians, among vegetarians. I have seen a lot of Indian vegetarians turning vegans. So there is no, I mean, no different trend you can say among vegetarians or non-vegetarians towards veganism. Both are susceptible and acceptable for vegan principle.
How can we convince the government to follow to stop the animal cruelty and to make their guidelines more stricter towards veganism? So do you have any experience or do you have any sources so that we can reach the government and the our viewers will like to know because they are very eager to reach to our government.
We are in a democracy. Democracy is numbers. Majority, those who get majority will govern us. The day may come when more vegans will be there, vegan vote will be counted, and vegans will elect vegans or vegan principled person. So at that time, it will be much easier. So convincing is not that difficult at that time. At present, government is run by people. See, we all electing our representatives. Our representatives are our representatives. They represent our values.
Yes, sir.
If more innovations are there, that kind of people will be in the government. If there are more vegetarians are there among the crowd, among the public, there will be a vegetarian representative.
Yes.
If voters are becoming more and more vegan, then there will be vegan representative. So the representatives are our representatives. They represent our values.
Yes, sir.
So the thing is, more people need to change. When we have more vegans among the public, then everything will change automatically. Of course, government policies will change, businesses will change, and even I was approaching a spiritual leader quite often. So he was spiritual leader, very famous spiritual leader, but he was not vegan. But he
Okay.
was asking me, "So how many vegans are there in India now? Why is it gaining momentum?" The day veganism gains momentum among public, among his followers, and similarly, government will also change when people change. The key is with the people, and everything will follow simultaneously. When I started my vegan journey, no one was no one was listening to me or understanding me. Now, a lot of people recognize vegan principles because changes have happened in the grassroots level. When people change, world will change.
Yes, sir. I see many people, especially in the metro cities, they're changing, they are moving towards veganism for their health and for the peace of mind too. How can uh, a non-vegan, vegetarian, and aspiring vegan move towards this knowledge very easily? So, what can we do to make all these three people move towards veganism? What are your suggestion on it?
My suggestion is very easy and very difficult actually. It is with our education system. If you are taught with compassion and truthfulness, all these values, then people will start following that. If you teach cutthroat competition, corruption, copying, then that only people will do. That will continue in their entire life. The changing of education is thing. If you change education, that is the most important thing to help people live a better life, help others live a better life, is education.
Yes, sir.
If education values is not cross commercial or material values, it has to be value based education, respecting law, respecting others, respecting values. So all these are very important, but yeah, that is most difficult in this commercial world.
I think the concept of production has made uh, these industries, especially the industries which are causing pain to animals. The concept of production itself is a very big threat to veganism. And when I was bachelor, I saw many of my friends turning into non-vegans due to their friends, due to the influence of their friends, and due to the influence of um, Bollywood movies and the film industries and the serials going on the TV, they affect their mind too much. So, what can we do for that, sir? Can we convince?
Don't try to convince people.
Okay.
Convincing is left to the concerned individual. Convincing or conversion is left to the individual. I'm a messenger. I give information and the information. If they want to change their lives, they are free to change. But I'm not here to change anyone. I'm not here to force anyone. I'm only here to give information. Yeah, this if education changes, education from commercial or materialistic education, if we give values to live a better life for everyone, there will be fewer mental issues for people, there will be less stressful life and enjoy their life and help others enjoy their life too, including animals.
Yes, sir.
The fundamental point in this is education. Education has to change. If anyone can do that, that would be great.
Sir, I will try to unite as many as to reach the education system of India, sir. Because
Yes, we have very we have very good values in our ancient philosophies. If we learn and try to practice as much as possible those values, life
yes,
is
sir.
very beautiful, not just for humans, it is all beings. We can live in harmony without exploiting one another. But at present, not even okay. Even in textbooks, those values are not there. They have disappeared. As of now, it is only materialistic, commercial education. That is my biggest grouse.
Sir, but we cannot eradicate it. The commercial values and all the materialistic education we cannot eradicate because it has entered every root of the Indian education system. But one thing we can do is that we can read the spiritual scriptures which were written by our Rishi Munis or any spiritual leaders, and um, we can train our next generation on that values so that they don't move towards the negative side and they only move towards the positive side.
Already some awakening is happening, but it should be widespread. It should reach everyone. That yeah, commercial education is required. That is to get us bread and butter. At values in earning those bread is also very important.
What are your final words on veganism and what are the benefits you have received from after practicing veganism in last 21 years?
Veganism is very good, but not good enough. Just only one value in our life is not enough. We need to practice more values. We need to go beyond one principle. Just one principle we need to go for. There are other values. There are simple life is very useful, sustainable life. If you're spending too much, you may be very lucky to earn a lot of for simple living, truthful living, and not expanding too much wealth. And all this, my principles, these are all that were ancient philosophy. We learn those and practice those, life becomes very useful. It is good for self-practicing person and to all others also. This is my principle. Start with veganism, no problem, but don't stop at veganism. So go beyond that. In veganism also there are different types of vegans we see, and so my of veganism is based on our principles, our values. So yeah, everyone has to learn different aspects of life and imbibe those what is best. So it is left to you. That is my last message. Whether we change or not, whether we exist or not, Earth will exist, no doubt. We may perish because of our own foolishness and actions, but we don't have to save the Earth. We have to save ourselves. Otherwise, we suffer, we face the consequences. And if we want good life for us, for our next generation, and we need to, for that, we need to take care of everyone around us. And animals are integral part of our ecosystem.
Yes, they make us
It
complete.
is holistic approach. It is not, yes, it is not one point agenda for me. It's a complete good life for everyone.
So it was wonderful talking to you, and I believe that I will practice veganism to more extent and add on more values. Uh, your story and your views on veganism were very inspiring for all of us. And being a senior activist, we will take your words and put on more additional knowledge we will get from other sources too. And together we will work to make our earth a very peaceful, balanced, and stable place to live. Thank you, sir. You are a 59-year-old young man. Thank you, sir.
Let there be peace on earth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste.
Namaste, sir.